A warning for parents in the area about a popular cell phone app after disturbing accusations are being made by investigators. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. A local man may be using an app called Whisper to inappropriately talk to underage girls in this area.
Fargo police are investigating after getting a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Now, according to court documents, he was trying to find girls ages 10 to 13, telling one girl, quote, "I love really young girls."
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us what Whisper is and why it's so dangerous.
Have you ever heard of the app Whisper?
No.
Whisper. It's a social media app, but different. There aren't any friends, followers, or profiles. You don't have to enter in an email address, display a picture, or even give a real name. You just create an anonymous username and select an age group. The point is to post confessions you might not want to post anywhere else. Then you can send private messages without anyone knowing who you really are. We downloaded the app, marked our age as 15 through 17, and in minutes were contacted by a dozen men. Some of them told us they were 20 years old, others over 40. Our account clearly stated that we said we were underage, but they messaged us anyway. One person admitted over chat that, quote, a lot of older men like using the app to have sexual relationships with young underage girls.
Can't even imagine. That's such a scary thought for a mom, so can't even imagine if that would happen.
Experts have pointed out problems with Whisper. Local police even placed it on the top 5 most dangerous apps.
It all depends on your parents, too. I mean, I guess I wouldn't let my 11-year-old daughter be on Facebook or whatever else and monitor, and I guess can't really trust anybody nowadays.
According to experts, the biggest problem is you have no idea who you're really talking to. And in order to use the app, your location must be visible. That means people can see where you're at anytime you're using it.
I have an 8-year-old daughter, and I wouldn't want that at all. You know, I don't have a smartphone for her, and I don't plan to until she's a teenager because of the world that is now, you know.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If your child is under 17, you can prevent them from having access to the apps. Go onto their phone settings and enable restrictions.
iPhones and most Androids have this capability. Otherwise, there are also apps you can download onto their phone and select which apps you don't want them using.
Police were called to Lindenwood Park tonight on a report of a man hanging from a tree. The call came in about 8 o'clock near 5th Street and the I-94 underpass, near the trees that line the edge of the park. Police say a male walking through the park saw the man and called authorities. Officers have confirmed that the man was dead at the scene. Investigators say they don't believe there was any foul play and there's no threat to the public. No name will be released until family is notified. An autopsy will be conducted to confirm the cause of death.
A man is in the Cass County Jail tonight for allegedly having sexual contact with 4 girls between the ages of 4 and 10 years old. Court documents say 44-year-old Eduardo Olivares Mendiola would put his hand down one of the girls' pants and touch her. Another girl says Mendiola would touch her every time she went over to his house. He is facing 4 felony charges of gross sexual imposition.
The parents of Andrew Sadek have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Richland County Sheriff's Deputy Jason Weber. Tammy and John Sadek say they filed the lawsuit after receiving no answers in their son's death 2 years ago. Andrew was a college student at NDSCS. His body was pulled from the Red River near Wahpeton with a gunshot to his head and a backpack full of rocks tied to him. He was working as an informant for SEMCA, the Southeast North Dakota Drug Task Force. The Sadek family says Deputy Weber was the person who recruited Andrew to be a confidential informant.
Fargo firefighters are now trained and equipped to reverse the effects of opioid overdose in the community. Because of a recent policy change, fire trucks in Fargo are now carrying the potentially life-saving drug naloxone. It reverses the effects of opioids. Fargo firefighters EMTs responded to nearly 6,000 emergency medical calls in 2015. Of those, about 100 were related to overdoses. So far this year, there have been over 75 medical responses relating to overdoses.
20 search warrants were filed in Cass County last Friday, the majority from Fargo police and most of those for drugs. Police say it shows just how bad the problem is, but only slightly. One warrant details an apartment search in South Fargo, talking about the Gangster Disciples, a violent gang formed on the south streets of Chicago. Another, how officers staked out a hotel room as a Minneapolis man peddled drugs. 4 more focused on an apartment building on Dakota Drive North, where a canine unit had multiple hits on multiple apartment units. Another talks about a report made to the Fargo North school resource officer about 2 students suspected of dealing fentanyl to other students using Smart Water plastic bottles.
If we can build communication with some of those students that can provide us information as far as trying to keep drugs out of the school and keep students safe, that goes in our favor.
Fargo Public Schools did send us a statement, and we have posted that in full on our website. Just search valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
A video showing 2 young Fargo boys stealing a bicycle this past weekend has been seen by many on social media. The owner of the bike had security cameras in place, which caught the 2 young boys checking to make sure no one was home and then stealing the bike. It happened in less than a minute.
We finally, this morning, got in contact with the little boy that was on the camera, and he confessed. He told the truth, which is amazing.
And added that one of the boys in the video has been found. He confessed to stealing the bike. The cops are giving them one more chance to give the bike before pursuing charges in juvenile court. Well, this is a warning to everyone, but in particular people living in the Westgate and Prairiewood neighborhoods of South Fargo. Police say there's been a rash of garage and vehicle break-ins. That's an area between the Fargo Cashwise store on 13th Avenue South to Interstate 94. Police say the majority of thefts are from unsecured garages and unlocked vehicles with valuables inside. There are also urging renters with garages to harden electric garage locks because it's the typical method of entry for thieves.
Firefighters battled flames today at a 2-story home in the heart of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. When they arrived, they found flames shooting through the roof. The building was boarded up and was set to be torn down. It was going to make way for the new Holiday Station store later this summer.
Traffic was our biggest struggle, getting all the roads shut off because it's a major intersections here in part of town.
Firefighters say it appeared the building was empty at the time of the blaze. The state fire marshal is on scene and will be helping to determine a cause. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Big decision from the United States Supreme Court today, which struck down Texas's Woodley replicated regulation of abortion clinics. The justices voted 5-3 in favor of Texas clinics that protested the regulations as a thinly veiled attempt to make it harder for women to get an abortion in the nation's second most populous state. The president of Planned Parenthood Federation of America is cheering the High Court's abortion ruling as an enormous victory for women.
The city of Moorhead tonight hired a new interim city manager. Former Wabasha City Administrator David Schmidt will start the job Tuesday, July 5th, and will work up until 7 days after a permanent city manager is chosen. He'll be paid an estimated $75,000 for a 6-month term. Moorhead is looking to find a replacement for Michael Redlinger. The city and Redlinger mutually agreed to part ways after he had served 8 years as city manager.